So there you are, standing there with your feet, wanting to get an artist's website. And your first thought is, well, where do I go to make my own website? Do I go with Shopify? Do I go with something else, maybe like WordPress? I'm going to walk you through why you don't necessarily need to go with Shopify to get a really nice looking website. When I first started my artist website, I went with Shopify. It cost me about $30 a month for the whole year. And that can get really expensive really fast, especially if you just don't have as much revenue coming in to support that cost. I'm just going to get a little conspiratorial with you right here. I don't think you really need Shopify. You can do about the same capabilities on other platforms without having to pay those outrageous amounts.
Oh my god.
That's just what I'm saying, okay? After a year of doing Shopify, I actually ended up hopping off that bandwagon and jumping into a platform that I've actually used in the past, WordPress. When you're looking at artist websites in general, there are like kind of two schools of thought. One, you go with out-of-the-box solution like Shopify, like Squarespace. And then you can go with a self-hosted option. Find a server, you find a host, and then you build the website using certain builders like WordPress. A lot of people don't like the idea of going with WordPress because it sounds hard, really time consuming. However, I'm here to dispel the myth. In light of technology that is out there here and now, there are lots of really great options for making your own artist website without having to go through like the out-of-the-box e-commerce platforms where you're paying like out the nose for it. And I'm going to show you how to do that using Hostinger as your server, how you can actually build your own website through Hostinger without having to really do a lot of coding on your end, and how to do it in WordPress within the Hostinger platform. I'm here to show you the possibilities. I'm here to show you what's out there and how you can make this possible for yourself to make your own artist website. So let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. So typically when you're starting an artist website, you need to get a host provider, especially if you want to be taken seriously as an artist. You don't want to be going on to like a free service. It's just not professional. Spend the money, invest in yourself, get yourself some hosting. What I really like about Hostinger, which is our hosting provider of choice today, if you go with a particular plan that they have, you can get a free domain. You can also get a free email account associated with your hosting, which is awesome because then you can do email marketing. The business plan is built for e-commerce and it's built for speed. So that's what you're looking for. You want a website that is fast, support all the demands that an e-commerce website needs. It's $2.99 per month if you decide to go with a 48-month plan, which I decided to do. For 4 years, it's a total of $143. That's insane. And once it renews at $70 per month, which is still like half the price of Shopify, and you still get all the capabilities and the customizations. In my opinion, it's a win-win. You can get a free domain, all the storage, you have daily backups, very important. The amount of times that I have crashed my website and backups have saved my butt. So you're going to choose this plan. I will include a link to this specific plan in the description below. And what's really cool too, you can get an additional 20% off hosting if you use my code Rinaldi Art at checkout. It'll take off 20%. It gives me a little bit of a kickback as well because I'm recommending this to you guys. But honestly, I use this service. I recommend it to anybody that's looking to do an artist website and not jumping on the Shopify bandwagon. So feel free to use it if you'd like. Link in the description. Rinaldi Art for the discount code. Okay, so once you have that all set up, you're going to want to go to websites and add a website here. I'm just going to show you the general gist of how you can set this up. And there's 2 different ways that you can set up your website. So we're going to go add website. There's a whole bunch of options here. You can go with WordPress, which is what I ended up doing, and there's a lot of customization. You can also go with Hostinger Website Builder. This is an AI prompted creation of a website. So you basically will type into a prompt exactly what it is that you're looking for, and the AI will immediately create a website that you can then customize. Let's just walk through what a Hostinger Website Builder would look like in this case. So we're just going to do a sample one, just kind of walk through what this would look like. I just want to show you what the possibilities are. Now you're going to be prompted by the AI to do your website. So describe your business or your website. So I want to create an artist website that sells, and it's good to be specific here, both original canvas work as well as framed paper prints and canvas prints. I want the website to have a luxury minimalist look, be easy to navigate, especially, and I like to write down who my clients are, for avid art collectors, and let's just go with interior designers. Okay. So once you have a prompt there that you're happy with, then you would just hit the button right here, and then it's just going to start to generate it for you. This is great. I like having this option, especially if you're not very well versed in WordPress and you just want it kind of quick and easy out of the box. You just want to test things out. All right. So here is the sample. This is like the template it's coming up with. This is actually pretty great. You have a bunch of buttons here, browse originals, view prints. You got a really nice hero looking image. You got where you would put your logo. And I will say this is all customizable. You can go in here and customize all the words, all the images as well. These are just what it would look like, and it also has your email marketing here for your subscribers. Yeah, so this is looking pretty good. I like this. If you don't like what it looks like, you can always go back and edit your idea and re-add a few things to your prompt to tweak it as you like. But this is looking great, and also the mobile of this looks pretty good too. Awesome. So we're going to continue. But once you continue, you basically lock in that template. Like you pretty much say, yes, this is great. Let's use this. So this is your back end of the hosting or website builder. And you can go ahead and see all this stuff here. You have where your orders will show up when people buy. This is where you can add your products. So these are just examples here. Serene Horizon Canvas and what that looks like. If you wanted to go in there and add to it, you can go in, click this, all these different images that you might have. You can actually use AI to generate product details, which is pretty cool. You can add YouTube video links. That's pretty neat, actually. And then you can change the text here to trust original acrylic painting. You can add in a subtitle. This is where you put your product description. And then you can put your pricing, your SKUs, the weight. You can specify, if you have multiples of these. And then, additional info. You can add additional info in here. Options. So this is if you have like prints and you have a print that's an 8x10, 11x14, a 16x20. That's where you can add those options into here. There's an option here to customize, which is pretty neat. You can put categories, so you can organize everything. You can also do related products, and then you can search, put those in there, and it'll get recommended underneath the actual product listing, which is great. These are great. This is a wonderful way to organize all of this. So once you're done adding in the things you want to add, you click save, and then you can check out your categories, add a category so you can do different collections, and then you can do product reviews. So that's something that you can set up here to do. And so you can have it collect reviews for you, which is pretty great. Appointments, if you have an open studio time or if you need people to schedule studio time with you, you can have appointments done there. You can do discounts with coupons. All of your customers will appear in the back end here. You get your analytics to see what your sales are looking like. I don't see anything concerning performance as to what products are getting looked at more. That might show up in the back end here with some use. And this is where you can connect a domain. If you have a domain already, Hostinger is really great for transferring domains over and connecting everything. So this shows you how your emails would look. Emails for order confirmations, for shipping, for digital, if you decide to do digital downloads, appointments, gift cards, invoices, product reviews. So it'll send these automatically as you specify here, which is pretty great. Yeah, and then here you can add in your company name, details. You can put your logo, shipping information as well. You can specify your shipping zones. They got checkout and taxes. Let's check taxes. This is something I wanted to specify here. So let's go check some. I was doing research on this, and you have to manually add sales tax, which is a pain in the butt. It might, as it changes, as tax laws change every year, you're going to have to come back in here and do it. So if I wanted to do United States, we'll do United States. Okay. So as of right now, if you decide you just want to sell to the United States, add that. The tax name, okay, yeah, so this is where I would go state by state. So I'm in the state of Connecticut. I have Nexus in Connecticut because I have a physical location here, and that's where I'm selling my work. This is where you need to do your research and figure out where you are at with your specific state. I'm in no way versed in tax law here, so I recommend you do your own research. Talk to a tax consultant. Look at it from there, because every state is different. Every state has different laws. Some are destination states, some are origin states. When it comes to state taxes, it's a mess. So you're gonna have to do the research on that. So yeah, I'm just gonna save that. What this is going to do is every time I have a person from Connecticut buying something for my art, because I have Nexus here, that tax rate will be applied. I will collect the sales tax and I will remit it to the state. You can adjust your invoices, which is pretty great. And then there's integrations. So you can, if you do print on demand, right now, Printful is the only thing that's being supported. Integrate with Shippo, which will help you get specific mail carriers to ship your paintings or your work at discounted rates, which is great. You can put up your Google Analytics so you can check your traffic that way. To go and edit the website, you just go to the button that says Edit Website. You would just go ahead and every single thing here is editable, so I can put the logo width to be as big or as small as I want. I can replace it with a logo that I like, but I'm not going to do that right now. But I just wanted to kind of give you the gist of what this would look like. What I like about this is that it's very drag and drop and intuitive. Like I can move this up and down like this. I can change the writing on it like that, and then you can make these into buttons. You can edit the button, you can put in a link, you can have it open in a new tab, change the text color, you can change the color of the button. When you hover over it, it changes color, so you can change this to be, I don't know, green, and then when the mouse hovers, it turns into like a gray color like that. It's very nice to see that this is editable. And you can move this around like that. Very intuitive. It's kind of like Wix. If you're familiar with Wix, website builders, it's very similar to that. You can go ahead and add a section if you want. So you can say stuff like, I don't know, if you wanted to add like a thing about your art or who you are, whatever, you can add that here. So there's a place that you can add your artwork. If you don't like a section, if you just click on that particular section, it'll be highlighted in this blue box, and then this prompt will show up. You could hit the delete button. You can show it or hide it, depending on if your user's on mobile, on desktop, which is pretty neat. That's great. I do that with some of my stuff. You can edit the section, image, hover, order of products, add to bag. Okay, yeah, so you can do a bunch of stuff here. Like you can add an add to bag icon. You can change the text to say collect this art. For every section, there are all these things that you can use for sorting, for searching. Where's the search? Yeah. Enable product search. That's great. I wonder, can you move this? You really can't. Okay. That's okay too. So everything is filterable here. If you want to edit your subscription form, you can have it be standalone. You can connect it with another form. You can add more stuff to it. Like I wanted them to put their email address. And I want them to write that in, because if they don't write it in, well, then I can't email them. We can always adjust the section here, so there's a lot of room. Look at that. This is really great. You can just start to edit everything here, put things the way you like it. Oh wow, you can even add video. Holy smokes, that's cool. You can do a lot here. All right, I'm changing my tune a little bit. You can do a lot here. The drag and dropping of this is really, really nice. Once you have everything to your liking, like you've put all the shipping settings, you've put all your products in, you put all your prices in, you can go ahead and hit go live. And you're live. They have like a little checklist of like a setup of how to make sure that you're all set up and ready to go, especially with like your pages, your shop page, your search page, your terms and condition page. Let's go see where that is. Yeah, so if you want to, there's lots of different pages you can put in. I always recommend having a terms and conditions page, a privacy policy, shipping page, or refund policy page, all that stuff just to cover your butt, okay? Elements, pages. Okay, so this is where you see all your pages. So there's a home page, a shop page, and a search page. And then there's product pages here. And let's see, the terms, okay, hidden from navigation. Okay, so this I can specify, I can have it show up here, and I'm sure I can also put it down here in the footer as well. But yeah, these are good to know. You can also hide it too, hidden from navigation, so it doesn't really show up, and that's probably where I would want to put it anyways. Oops. Right here. So it wouldn't show up. It's nice and clean for your audience. And just to look at what the shopping bag looks like, yeah, you can do the icon differently there. Show logo. I can show my social icons if I want to. I can show that as a button instead. I like the shopping cart better. I can basically adjust the header here to make it look different. So if I want the logo to be in the center and everything off to the sides, I can do that as well. And you can preview your site as well just to see what it looks like. So this is how you can use the Hostinger web builder. I think it's really great. It's editable to a certain point. However, if you want to do a bit more customization, like you want a template for product pages so you don't have to edit every single product page to look a certain way, I recommend going about it via WordPress. It takes a little bit longer to do, a little bit more hands-on. You won't go live right away. You probably will take about a week. It took me about a week or so to get everything ready before I went live. But I think in the long run, you get a lot more possibilities. And if that's your bag, you're going to want to go with WordPress. If you want simple and easy, you just want to get in, get out, get a simple website up, get your products up, and have it all be there and ready to go, absolutely 100% recommend the Hostinger website builder. The things I'm not too crazy about when it comes to the Hostinger website builder is the sales tax. There's a lot of manual work that goes with that. If you are very well versed in tax law and know all the tax rates of your specific county, then, if you're not that scared of it, this is a great option for you going with Hostinger website builder. But the nice thing is that you can connect to external tools like Stripe, TaxJar, and Avalara. So there are integration possibilities here. You can integrate with those and they can do the work for you there, I believe at an additional cost. So, that's there for you. It is an option. It is a possibility. Also, if you are into print on demand and you don't use Printful, but you use another service, you're kind of out of luck using Hostinger website builder because it only can support Printful. Also, there are no live shipping rates. You basically set a flat rate and that's pretty much it. Again, though, out of the box, ready to go. You got your products, you got your portfolio up there, you know what you want to put up there, and it's simple and easy. Hostinger website builder is the thing for you. Now let me show you what I went with. When I decided to put Rinaldi art off of Shopify and onto WordPress, I decided to instead, when I would add my website, instead of going to Hostinger website builder, I went with WordPress. I'm going to show you what it would look like. You would create your login details. So you put a domain you want to use. You can always use a temporary domain while you're figuring things out. So now it's going to install WordPress, and I'm going to show you kind of what this looks like from the back end. Once you have WordPress all set up on the back end, it's going to start taking you there and give you this option. Hostinger has this really cool option where you can create the website with AI, kind of like how they do with their Hostinger website builder. Or you can use pre-built websites and templates and themes. I'm not going to select anything here. I'm just going to go to WordPress, and here's the back end of WordPress. It does look a little intimidating. Just take a deep breath. It's all going to be okay. There's a few things you need to do to set things up before you can start to do the layout of your site. We're going to do that by installing plugins. If you're familiar with Shopify, you'll know what plugins are. It's just specific things that you would add into your site to give it certain capabilities. Right now, Hostinger added a whole slew of plugins for us. We're going to add a few extra plugins. We're going to add in Woocommerce, which is the engine behind what makes your store an e-commerce store, Woocommerce. It's really great. I am a big fan of Woocommerce. I think there's so many capabilities that it gives to you. Its product capabilities and all the different product variations and giving you all sorts of options to really create a fully customized website, an e-commerce store. We're going to do Woocommerce, and we're also going to add in Elementor, which is a page builder. It's what helps you create the page exactly the way you like. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. And oops, let me just check something. And I'm going to make sure I activate it. I knew I forgot something. Okay, so now we're going to go choose a theme. Under Appearance, go to Themes. I'm going to add in the theme Astra. It's very popular. It works really great with Elementor. So I'm just going to make sure I install it, then activate it. Okay, and all these other themes, I'm just going to go ahead and delete them because I don't need that. We have Astra installed. We're going to go to the Astra tab right here in the column, and we're going to click on her. Okay, so if you go up to the top here, there's a thing that's called Starter Templates. Click on Starter Templates, and we're going to start building now. Starter Templates is great because it gives you a whole template library, and it just shows you everything layout-wise that you could want to choose. Once you have all your template libraries installed, you look through the templates and see what really appeals to you, and then you would go ahead and edit it, add pictures, and add the words the way that you like it. It is a bit more involved, and it will require you to just take a little bit of time, probably a week to 2 weeks, just to get through it all and to put it the way you like. I will include a step-by-step video tutorial on how to do this exactly, because I'm just here to show you what's possible, what you can do. So you can see here all the templates that are available. So what we're going to do is you're going to hit the back button, and you're going to select your page builder and hit Elementor. That is an important step. I've done this before where I didn't do that back step and selected Elementor, and it just created a lot of issues. So you can choose from different types of templates. They have an artist template here, which you can choose if you so want to. I go with the e-commerce ones, and just looking through and seeing what I like here. Some of these are free, some of these are not free. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this template right here. I kind of like the format of this. And here you can kind of just see, you can get a feel for it. Put in your logo. If ever you are putting up a logo, make sure it's a PNG and make sure that it has no background to it, because then it'll appear like this. It won't have like a weird background associated with it. You can choose the different color palette styles that you want for this. That's totally up to you and your branding. You know, you can adjust the logo width any way you like. You hit continue. Then you can select all of the capabilities here. It's got WooCommerce in there, which we like. You can put emails in there. I'm going to put that in later. All of this stuff is selected. This is what I like. Hit continue. And then I'm just going to skip and start to build. So what this is going to do is it's going to start to activate all the necessary plugins to make this website be what it is. And then you can just go step by step through each of those elements and edit it with the pictures that you want, with the text that you want. You can take sections out, put sections in, and you can follow that tutorial that I linked to in the description below to do that. And in 48 seconds, we've made a website. We're gonna finish the setup. So this is pretty neat. You have all of this stuff here that's already put in because of all these starter templates. You can choose to take them out or keep them, whatever feels right for you. And if you want to go see where what your pages look like, go to Pages here. And if you go to Home, you hit Edit with Elementor. Elementor, again, is your page builder. It's what you use to actually put things in, like images and your hero stuff and whatnot. And so this is what it kind of looks like right now. And these are all editable. You can change this to say, the art with love. You can put a link for the button. You can add products here. You can always add sections too. So every time I select on a section, it kind of outlines it in pink, and it has a plus sign. If I hit that, I can add in a certain section. Like, let's see, I can add in a video. And then I can choose a link for that video. And if I want to move this, I'm going to move this over here like that. And if I don't like a section, I will find that section, make sure it's all like highlighted like this so we know it's selected. And then we hit that. Follow that tutorial, it'll show you everything. Like, it'll show you everything, all the little details of how to fix and customize. Now that I kind of showed you the back end of this, I'm going to now show you what my current website looks like, how I've positioned it, and all the plugins that I use specifically. So this is what my website looks like on the front end. Got my logo, I got all of my menu items here, drop downs, I have a little bar up here, my hero image, all of these here that I've specified. I have a little banner about me and like a testimonial section and a little email thing. I have here my portfolio so you can see everything that I've done and accomplished. I have my product pages. This is what they look like. And I have different collections that are within those product pages. An about page. And I also have a contact page. It shows you how to get in touch with me. I also have a pop-up as well, so people can add in their email address when they're about to leave my site, which is cool. I'll show you the plugins on what I use for all those. Let me show you the back end of this and what that looks like. So these are all the plugins that I am using for this website. I use a plugin called Shoplentor, which helps me specify product templates. So if I go to Shoplentor right here, if I go to template builder, I have these specific pages that I have set for my single product page. So a single product page, this is how I have specified it to look. And to show you what the back end of that looks like, if I want to edit it, so this is the page builder editor, and these are all the little elements within it. I have my product gallery of whatever specific product I have. I have the title of the product, the price of the product description, the add to cart button. This is what I have on every single product page to show them all this specific information. So I'm not adding it in one by one on each and every single page because that would drive me bananas. And it also has a related product section, and I added in a section just of what collectors are saying for testimonials as well. This is what the product page template looks like. Create it, then I specify it within Shoplentor to tell it, show this template as the template to use for all of my products. And you can do that with your shop page as well. I actually don't use the shop page version. I use the typical Woocommerce one. I like it. I like the way it looks. And of course, if you wanted to pay for premium, you can also customize your cart page, your checkout page, your account page, etc., etc. So you're going to need Woocommerce as well as Woopayments. And I also have Woocommerce Tax as a way to connect a shipping carrier and get discounted rates. It also helps me auto-calculate sales tax within the United States, which is invaluable. And then other really good plugins that I like would include a contact plugin. Fluent Forms is one that I really like so far to make product variations. So I'm offering prints. If I go on to the specific print, default mode for WooCommerce for product variations is a drop-down menu, which I don't like. I like to see it kind of like in a box format like this. Swatchly does that really, really nicely. For pop-ups, for email signups, Poptin is the one that I decided to go with. It's really non-intrusive, and there's different ways that you can specify how it appears. I only have it appear when there's exit intent, aka someone is about to X out of my website, and it will pop up and I can capture that email sign up. And I also have another plugin for abandoned carts. If somebody is previewing my website, they're clicking around, then they don't buy, I have a plugin to help me reach out to them with an email to let them know, hey, you still interested in this? Here's a link back to the cart. And that's pretty much how you would make a website using the two methods that I was showing you, one through the Hostinger website builder, as well as how to do it via WordPress itself. I just hope this video showed you all the different options that are out there besides having to just do the de facto Shopify, de facto Squarespace. Really not as scary as you think, especially if you're a creative person and if you are willing to experiment a little bit and tweak things. Going down the self-hosted platform route is a great call, and you are in for it for way less money, and it's a really great way to kind of get your feet wet and figure things out as you go. Websites that have had WooCommerce as their plugin of choice for e-commerce building, it is a very popular platform. It's not as if it's like a small little rinky-dink thing. WooCommerce is a very powerful e-commerce engine, and it rivals that of Shopify and Squarespace and all those other ones. Whatever option you decide to go with is totally up to you, and you will be okay. It just depends on how much time and energy you want to put into it. Comment below, what did you think of this video? Are there any other questions you have for me related to being an artist, in the business of being an artist? Comment below, let me know. Always love to hear from you. And with that being said, I'm gonna go do something else. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.